Hey everyone, thanks for joining us this week. Last week, Joseph revealed his big secret to all of his brothers.
Don't you see? I am your dead brother!
After that, Joseph started asking tons of questions about their dad and their lives, but they just stood there, mouths wide open, shocked. They were surprised and terrified because of what they had done to Joseph by selling him into slavery. But then Joseph said, "I am your brother, the one you sold into slavery. But don't be afraid. It was God's plan that he would send me here to be in charge of all of Egypt so our family could survive this famine. What you meant for my harm, God meant for all of our survival. So go grab Dad and the rest of our family just as quick as you can. They may not survive this famine unless they come right now." It was an awesome reunion because Joseph's brothers got to experience forgiveness and see what God had done despite their horrible mistake.
Thank you for forgiving us all. Praise God he did this all through our horrible mistake.
Once Pharaoh found out that Joseph had a big old family back in Canaan, he rolled out the red carpet for them too.
Joseph, you have family here? Tell them to come. We shall give them the finest land that Egypt has to offer. And if they have things they only sort of like, tell them to leave them. We will give them brand new, amazing replacements for anything that they want.
Can I get a new beard?
Of course you can have a new beard.
Ooh, thanks.
After that, Joseph's brothers left to go back to Canaan to get their dad, their things, and all of their family. And their dad, Jacob, was incredibly happy to hear that Joseph was still alive.
Really? Joseph is alive? I thought you said he got eaten by
I know, crazy, right? He survived the hippopotamus attack. Let's go see him, right now.
Okay, yay! I get to go see my son before I die. Yippee!
Jacob just had one concern, because years and years back, God had promised his grandfather Abraham that he would bless them in the land of Canaan, not Egypt, but thankfully God spoke to Jacob, giving him this message.
Jacob, it is the Lord. Do not worry about leaving this place, for I will be with you and your family when you go to Egypt, and I will bring them back here to the land I promised your fathers one day. So do not be concerned, for I am God.
So with God's blessing, the entire family left for Egypt, which was over 70 people. And when Jacob and Joseph saw each other again for the first time in years, it was a very happy reunion. So, the family was fed for the rest of the famine, and Egypt survived the great famine because of what God had done through Joseph. Some point before he passed away, Jacob blessed his entire ginormous family with a super long string of blessings, but we'll keep it short for you.
I bless you all in the name of the Lord.
Eventually, Joseph's dad, Jacob, did pass away. And at that point in time, Joseph's brothers got really scared because they thought that Joseph would try and get back at them for all the things that they had done to him. But Joseph had trusted in God the entire time and had forgiven his brothers long ago. Guys, seriously, don't be afraid. I know that you intended me harm, but God intended me good. Truly, it was him who sent me here to Egypt and not you. And because of it, he saved so many lives, not just the lives of our family members. So I'm not going to hurt you, and I'm not angry. Joseph was kind and forgiving to his brothers to the last day of his life. You see, Joseph never stopped trusting in the Lord, no matter what awful thing had happened to him. Joseph knew that God had a big plan for his life. And honestly, God's plan was so much bigger than Joseph could have ever imagined, because God not only saved Joseph, his entire family, but so many other people living in Egypt and around Egypt at the time. And boys and girls, we can learn from this lesson. Learn that no matter what happens to us, God has a big plan that we can never imagine. So when others mistreat us, or take advantage of us. We do not have to mistreat them or be hateful back towards them. We can treat them with kindness and forgiveness because we trust that God has got us and that He's going to take care of us no matter what. Now, I hope that you enjoyed this Joseph lesson and tune in for our next lesson, which is going to be about
Moses!
It's going to blow your mind just how big God's plan was when He sent the people of Israel to Egypt because of what's going to happen with Moses when we talk about him next week. So stay tuned.